Alright, let's get into round 4. So far our matches have all been against different opponents, and they've all been 2-1s and felt pretty even in power level. So that just goes to show you a big part of why I like this Pioneer format so much. It feels so much more fair than Modern, which is what I was used to playing before this. And I played some Standard on like Arena, but I just don't care for that format that much. I feel like Standard is too weak to... Not weak as in power level, but too weak to whatever problems that Wizards of the Coast generates just from either not thinking things through or being greedy or whatever it is. The format's just a bit too fickle. It's really easy for it to be incredibly unhealthy suddenly, just because of one set coming out or something. And I really like Pioneer because it has about the power level, I feel like, of Modern when I first started playing it, around when Siege Rhino was still good. Because you get the Thought Seizes, you get some really strong cards like that, but sometimes you just make like a 4-4 or 5-5 and it just kind of carries you the entire game. Board stalls matter more, being able to predict combat math matters more. At least now it does, when it was a format about just being one of 3 or 4 combo decks. That was significantly less interesting, but here we are. Not that I hate those combo decks, I did like playing against them to some extent pretty often. I used to play this, it was a variation of this, it's been updated a lot, but I used to play this deck where I was trying to emulate what Lantern Control does. And just play very, very niche cards against the very, very niche decks that were dominating the format. So I like Pithing Needle. I could play Pithing Needle and turn off like Jace against inverter decks, and that would be enough to carry you against the game a lot of the time. At the time it had a Damping Sphere in the main deck, so I'd be able to tutor for it and play it against the Lotus Field deck. It was a lot of fun. It's significantly worse now because this deck isn't very good against mid-range, and it's really, really awful against the Niv Mizzet deck. But still a lot of fun to play, I think. I would like for it to get better again, although I understand that that would not be good for the meta. Hopefully our opponent joins us. It'd be awful sad for our opponent not to show up to the game right after we got finished waiting for him. Alright, back to matchmaking. Hopefully we get something soon. We've had a decent league so far. If I can get a 4-1 or even cross my fingers a 5-0 in this league, since I haven't been lucky enough to be recording any of the ones that I've gotten with this deck so far, that would be really nice. I really just want to show off the deck working well to people who might build it. I mean, it's only 16 ticks, maybe 20 ticks now, I don't really remember. I think it's 16 currently. So it's pretty easy to build it. It has a lot of cards that you would already have if you're playing Ensoul, and I really recommend trying it out. And it's deceptively easy to pilot too, just because it's essentially like you just play it like a Stompy deck. Just play whatever the most threatening thing in your hand is at whatever given moment, and usually it'll cause you to win the match. Like, occasionally it gets weird against control and combo decks, but that's pretty much it. Alright, so our opponent's on the play. We have a turn 1 Emery in this hand, so that's pretty good. Unless he Thought Seizes us, which is possible. But it's good enough that I'm willing to keep it, I think. And like, if I mulligan to 6, I would be happy with the 6. So, no reason to mulligan here. If he's playing a Thought Seize deck, he's playing a Thought Seize deck. There's not much to do about that. Ooh! Ooh! This looks like it's going to be the blue-white Ensoul deck. That's exciting. Ooh, he's probably not going to have an answer to Emery. Oh my god, we get Psy on turn 2 after Emery on turn 1? That's crazy. If we mill a 0-drop with Emery, that means we're in business. Because then we can keep getting 1/1s off of Psy. Wow, we milled no artifacts off of Emery, that's impressive. That kind of sucks. Maybe we can draw like a Hangerback Walker or a Stone Coil Serpent soon here. Portable Hull will probably take Springleaf Drum. Yep. So Psy's not on the menu anymore. But we get Witching Well, and we get Ensoul Artifact. He just ran through Portable Hull, so I'm going to Ensoul Ornithopter. And hope that he doesn't have a second one. Especially since he's on one land and it's a pain land, I feel like I just need to pressure him as hard as possible instead of manipulating my draws at this point. With Witching Well, which I'm probably just going to side out anyway since it's not that great in this matchup. I do really like the one of Witching Well. It's nice for setting up draws, and I like the incredibly niche interaction since they're both 1-ofs in the deck of popping Witching Well, drawing 2 cards, and then casting Emery and getting it back. Okay, you conceded. Easy peasy. Alright, so against this deck, our worst fear is a really big Ginger Brute, so I'm bringing in these. I'm probably going to bring in... I haven't decided how many Grafdigger's Cages is right. It's kind of rare that it actually comes up, but I like having one. I sort of like Whirler Rogue, so I might bring that in. I also sort of like Mystic Dispute. This is one of the matchups that I used to like bringing Spell Pierce in against. So it kind of sucks that I sided that out. So let's get rid of Witching Well, because I know we don't want that. Let's get rid of 2 Hope of Gearpers, since they're not really that kind of deck. Let's get rid of 1 Antiquities War. I like the size, I like the Karns, I like Hangerback Walker here. That might be all I sideboard for this game, actually. I like Metallic Rebuke just because occasionally it'll just get somebody. Maybe I should take out Emery and put in a Mystic Dispute. He has a lot of colorless and white cards though, so I don't know if that's necessarily right. I'll just try it like this and see what happens. I could wind up getting punished for it, but we'll see. If he plays a blue card that really owns me this game, that isn't like a really obvious one like Ensoul Artifact, I'll change how I sideboarded, but here we are. This hand's very similar to last hand actually, but a bit more risky I think, since I don't have extra lands and I don't have Ornithopter. I still think I keep it, because I still like the curve of turn 1 Springleaf Drum, and then turn 2 like Emery and a 1-drop. Okay, so he has Ginger Brute, so we need to get an answer to that, assuming that he knows how to play the matchup and chance it up quickly enough. I've had a couple times where they just didn't do that and they let me like trade for the Ginger Brute with a 1/1 Stone Coil Serpent or something like that though, so that might just happen. Who knows? Okay. Yeah, I'll just play out Springleaf Drum. I was thinking about running out Stone Coil Serpent on 1 and just seeing if you wanted to trade for the Ginger Brute. But I think I'd rather do this here, just because it sets up my following turns a bit better. And it's fairly unlikely that he's going to let me do that. Yeah, like I wouldn't have been able to trade for it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so let's see if I just die to this Ginger Brute or not. There's a Psy. We play Stone Coil Serpent on 1. We play Emery. I'm going to be able to start chump blocking Ginger Brute at least if he doesn't activate it. But we haven't drawn a land yet, and we haven't drawn... More importantly, we haven't drawn Phyrexian Revoker. So, funny little tidbit about this deck in case you haven't noticed it. But even in the sideboard, I just don't have any removal spells. No bounce, no like gain control of a creature things. And maybe that's wrong, but honestly, it doesn't make that much of a difference enough that I've that I've felt it too bad. This is the main matchup where that's noticeable, since there isn't like an infect deck in this format. The against the Bogles deck, this deck still operates fairly well. Okay, trample sucks. We definitely need a way to deal with this Ginger Brute like very, very fast. Let's get Ornithopter. And we'll get Steel Overseer. Because Steel Overseer could put us in a situation where we can trade for Ginger Brute, possibly. Still fairly unlikely, but we'll see. We need like exactly Phyrexian Revoker as this next draw, if we don't have any hasty cards in our deck. Maybe I should be playing a couple Ginger Brutes because of that, but generally I don't want Ginger Brutes. Just because I don't like drawing 1-drops really late in the game that often. Aw, Portable Hull. Alright, I'm pretty sure we're just losing this one. Equips up with Shadow Spear probably, I assume. Yep. Doesn't matter if we block or not, because we're dead to him activating it next turn anyway. So let's see. And we concede. I am going to bring in Mystic Disputes because of Ensoul. I really don't want Ensoul to come down. So I think I'd rather have that than even like Metallic Rebukes. And just try to stop the first Ensoul from happening. Let's see. What else should I cut? Oh, I just remembered this. I don't like having Ensoul Artifact in this matchup. Blackstaff is fine, but because he has the removal spells, it sucks significantly worse to actually have those. So I'm going to keep in the Metallic Rebukes. I have one more card to add. Probably Cage. Maybe Antiquities War, maybe Negate. I don't like Antiquities War that much in this matchup just because it doesn't create a board. Maybe Spy Network, since it can create chump blockers. I haven't sided in Spy Network yet this league, so I might as well try it out. Alright. Alright, so we're 1-1. I really need to get this last one, because I really want to go 5-0 this league to show you guys that I can do it, at least on camera. It's possible I should have brought in Negate instead. Yeah, I'm fine with Spy Network. It's a fun card. And I'm already hoping to have Phyrexian Revoker down anyway, so hopefully it doesn't matter. But yeah, not having hasty creatures to block that with just kind of sucks. If there was a hasty creature that fit a bit better with the game plan of the mono blue version of the Ensoul Artifact deck, I'd be more into it. But as it stands, it's not really for me. Okay, we have Phyrexian Revoker, we have a decent engine, we have Metallic Rebuke. I think this is fine. The hand could be a little bit slow just depending on how it works out, but it has a lot of the cards that I want. I'm going to play Island and pass on turn 1. Turn 2 I'll probably play Emery instead of Phyrexian Revoker. He mulligans to 5, that's probably good for us. Although we'll see. I haven't decided which one of these I want to play this next turn. Emery could be good in case we want to play Psy on turn 3, so if I draw land, I'll probably lean towards Emery. If I don't draw land, I'll probably lean towards Phyrexian Revoker, so I can leave up Metallic Rebuke, but we'll see. Ornithopter. That makes me lean towards Emery. I'm gonna wait to play Ornithopter after I play Psy. Hopefully we get a top deck land soon. But Steel Overseer next turn could still be pretty good. And I want to wait to play Phyrexian Revoker ideally after I have enough mana to leave up Metallic Rebuke too, so I can protect it from at least one removal spell. He has the Lurrus revealed from earlier. What is he getting with Ingenious Smith? I like that card a lot, by the way. Okay, he got Shadow Spear. That card's pretty good against us. Ooh, other Steel Overseer. Sadly, we can't cast the Darksteel Citadel, so that's out of the question. I'm just going to pass and not play Ornithopter yet. Because he's probably just going to make this Ingenious Smith. Well, he's definitely going to make this Ingenious Smith a 2-2 next turn anyway. So it's not like it's going to block. And I'm not attacking with it onto this board yet. Still hoping that we draw Psy here. Because Psy would be great, since he doesn't have any... Okay, Portable Hole gets our Steel Overseer, that's fine. It's not great, but it's fine, since we have another one at least, and this card was essentially free from memory. I don't know, maybe I should have played Ornithopter and just intended on jump blocking with it and getting it back with Emery. Who knows? Stonecoil Serpent. Interesting. I'm gonna play the Steel Overseer. And I will play out Ornithopter this turn. Yeah, I definitely should have played Ornithopter last turn so I could slap it back with Emery and essentially gain a little bit of life. But oh well. So he's on mono Ingenious Smiths this game. He has a Blackstaff and a Shadow Spear in his hand, and an Ornithopter. So he's got a bunch of activations on the Ingenious Smiths too, but he hasn't shown us another Portable Hole yet. So at least this Steel Overseer is going to be able to start doing a little bit of work. It would be great if we drew, like... Of course a land would be great, because as soon as we get Psy down, we will be able to start generating significantly more chump blockers. Chump block. Yep. Double Ornithopter. Okay. Still no size. That sucks. Should I play Phyrexian Revoker and just name Shadow Spear with it, maybe? It's possible. Well, if he gets Ginger Brute, he'll be able to make it a 4/4. I don't know. Although it does at least stop that part from happening to us right now. And that's pretty good. Maybe I name Blackstaff with it. There's another line where I could just counter something. where I play a Stone Coil Serpent for 1 and counter a spell. I think I want to get Stone Coil Serpent down now. I think I want it on 2, so it can go up to 3 and kill this Ingenious Smith if he attacks with it without the Black Staff. I think I'm satisfied with that. We need Psy still, so we can start getting our chump block on better, but we still have multiple concerns too. Soul Artifact, okay. It's a little bit disgusting. Ghost Fireblade, also a little bit disgusting. Okay. Okay, so what do we do? We're at 15. We're at 15. I could triple block and kill Ornithopter and he just gets my Stone Coil Serpent. That's kind of nice. But then I take 4, 8, 11. And then I have to... And then I have to stop Shadow Spear. I think the Ornithopter with the Ensoul Artifact is scary enough that I should probably kill it. I could also kill Ingenious Smith and chump block something. So I kill Ingenious Smith, I chump block, let's say Ornithopter. Either way, I still need to draw Psy next turn. Well, I still need to draw land, turn off Trample. I kill Ingenious Smith, I take 8. I'm at 7. So if I draw a land, I would rather an Ornithopter die than Stone Coil Serpent, but either way Stone Coil Serpent is probably going to die here. It's a 1-for-1 trade. I think my initial gut was to kill the Ornithopter, because that stops it from being a huge trampler with also Ghost Fireblade on it. And then just take my beats for the rest of it. I think that's correct. So he is killing Stone Coil Serpent like I thought. I'm at 4. I drew an Ornithopter, that's a decent draw here. It's at least a free blocker. So I have to Phyrexian Revoker Shadow Spear to stop that BS from happening to me. Which unfortunately means if we draw Shadow Spear we can't activate it yet, but there's a decent chance I'm just going to kill something with the Phyrexian Revoker, and it'll be gone. And I would need to draw both Shadow Spear and a land, which isn't going to happen anytime soon. He has 2 cards in his hand. One of them is Blackstaff. We have to watch out for him playing Lurrus. Hopefully we'll be able to Metallic Rebuke it. Okay, he's going to be able to make a 4/4 Ornithopter and then turn it into a 6/6 with Ghost Fireblade. Blackstaff, yup. He's not equipping Ghost Fireblade this turn, at least. Blackstaff's the Shadow Spear, okay. So what do we kill? And what do we chump block? We can't let anything connect. So... we only have 6 things, so at least some of our stuff is going to get into harm's way no matter what. I'd rather keep Steel Overseer safe if I can, but it's not going to matter if everything else dies. So, let's go. Let's just try to block to where he can't kill everything that he wants to. One, two, 3, 4, 5. One, two, 3. He can kill Steel Overseer and Phyrexian Revoker and Emery. That leaves us with essentially no board. I don't think that's acceptable. I think we have to keep Emery. I think we have to keep Steel Overseer. Fuck. I feel like we're just gonna die no matter what here. Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just fucked. We stumbled too long on lands and just weren't able to get through on that one, I don't think. Maybe I should have named Blackstaff. Who knows? Whatever. I feel like I had a way to win that game. That's what's bothering me. Okay, so he's killing Steel Overseer, Emery, Ornithopter. Okay. And leaving Phyrexian Revoker. We get 2 5/5s off the board. We still have Phyrexian Revoker, Ornithopter. So we're not dead right now, but we're very close to being dead. We need a land for Sai and a miracle. Okay, there's the land for Sai. We're part of the way there. He's not moving the 4/4 onto Ornithopter, so that's good. I really need to find a way to start gaining some life and to also generate a bunch of tokens. So I'm probably just chump blocking with both of these and leaving Sai. Getting Lurrus. Getting Stonecoil Serpent. Oh, I'm so fucked. Oh, I'm so fucked. I think I have to offer him the side trade, actually. Because I need to... Because if Phyrexian Revoker dies, it doesn't matter. Necessarily. Yeah, even if I chump block the Stonecoil Serpent, it's not going to matter. So I guess I'm just going to see what I can draw and see if Sai can do anything about it. But I seriously doubt it at this point. What do we get? Darksteel Citadel. Alright. And we concede. That game was definitely interesting. Admittedly, of course, didn't work out the way that I wanted to, but I feel like I could have made the right decision and gotten in there at some point.